for him.
It's a cool change. It makes him a
'Cause
lot more fun and exciting to
It
watch.
makes you not rely on the Aghanims as much.
Yep. Yeah, you can find heroes who are trying to kite and juke you. It gives you an escape where you can escape and your opponents can't actually chase you. Really opens up a lot of possibility.
Utility with the change.
Yeah, the spell has received some nerfs, so we are seeing a slightly watered down version of the new Night Stalker.
Oh,
Banned in game 1,
the
picked in game 2.
two-headed guy.
Both these heroes were first stage banned. The Wyvern VP first banned, and OG actually banned. Well, no, was it OG who banned Ogre? A different team banned Ogre.
No, not OG.
Today.
OG didn't ban Ogre.
Some team, I think it was Cloud9 who banned Ogre against VP.
This guy is back.
Yeah.
The VP solo special, one of the best Ogres around.
I feel like it must have been something that's been happening in scrims for team to actually come in and first pick the hero and first ban it against VP. They must have seen VP playing it in scrims.
So the way they run this Ogre is like a position 5, not a position 4, and he's gonna like
Sit
hard
mid.
the mid lane.
Yep, he
Ogre
is...
Sniper, Ogre Queen of Pain. Good luck, Anna. Just as if the last game wasn't as
Well,
bad.
Anna's not going mid. They picked the... No-Tail's like, don't worry, bro. I've got you. I'll go mid. Give me Brew. I'll take the mid lane. Earlier today, they had a No-Tail mid Brew. It's kind of more just like a sacrificial mid in some ways. It reminds me a lot of like how Dragon Knight plays out with maybe a bit more team fight presence at level 6, but it's kind of this mid that can go there, be tanky, hard to kill.
They should give him Dragon Knight. I agree.
Give him more Dragon Knight. It's one of his best heroes. But it won't be a Dragon Knight with the Brewmaster, I can only imagine.
Why not? Brewmaster could be off lane.
Yeah, that's true. S4 has played the Brew as
Gustav
well.
can take the Brewmaster, and let's say put when they have a Brewmaster plus Dragon Knight, then they take a Terrorblade, have like a push kind of strat, or Drow Ranger. I think Drow Ranger is okay.
Drow DK.
Yeah, Drow DK is okay.
We'll see what they want to go for now. PL banned out. There is definitely flexibility with the Brew pick, as you mentioned. Can go off lane, can go mid, can even go safe lane. Not
Most
maybe
of
the preferred.
the first two hero openings are their flexi picks. For VP, their flexi pick is the Sand King because Pasha and Lil plays the hero. For OG, why is the Brewmaster flexi? Players as well.
We do see a lot of team opening up with their 2 supports as well, I'd say.
Yeah, that's the
Like a lot of the games we're casting early.
Chinese teams, LGD, like they are, but their 2 supports could be off lane. Like sometimes they would.
We saw that from Liquid and LGD. Like Liquid would just pick up Kuro and GH's heroes first 2. So I'd say it's
IO Spirit Breaker,
IO Spirit Breaker, IO Tusk. Yeah, exactly. So I think Liquid's another team that hides their core heroes for a while, but
because that team is the tri-core team. They draft around their 3 cores getting equal amounts of like a spread across the 3 cores, and the 2 supports don't get too much farm. Like every team has their own preference and how they distribute their gold. Everyone has their distributions of the pizza, you know. Everyone gets different amount of slices of pizza. Some players getting more, some getting less. When you are VP, you're definitely giving Mr. No One the most. Mr. No One and Ramses, and the other 3 less.
Yep.
Maybe not less, but the whatever remains.
yeah, No One and Ramses get first choice of their slices. You know, they're gonna get the big pieces with all the toppings and
They
ingredients.
ban out the Enigma.
S4
Why did they
Enigma.
ban out Enigma?
Probably maybe they're gonna be picking some kind of a melee carry that complements the Bloodlust.
Yeah, or like Lifesteal is quite annoying. But
Lifestealer Troll could be an
Ursa.
option. Ursa, yeah, I was
Lifestealer,
thinking
Troll.
Ursa.
Those are the heroes that they pair with. What else? OD doesn't worry about. I mean, OD does.
Yep.
Yeah, OD Sniper. Ursa.
For OG, they're banning out those Bloodlust partners, starting with the Sniper. I wouldn't be surprised to see like
Sniper is not only the Bloodlust partner. It's like because the lane, it's one of the easiest to kill in the lane. The Ignite plus the Shrapnel dead hero.
We'll see what else they ban out, whether it's going to be another Bloodless hero or even target some of the other lanes. That Pasha hero pool, but other than the Darkseer they've already banned out and the bad, it feels like they can just target some of the Bloodlust companions.
Okay, so are we gonna see Alacrity Panda?
They used a lot of their reserve time to get to that Silencer ban. So Silencer, a mid hero that no one has played from time to time, and a very niche pick, but a hero that again benefits from the Bloodlust.
Silencer counters 2 of their heroes. The
Yep.
current 2 picks. Very bad against the. Very bad for the Wyvern and Blue play against Silencer.
They go for instead
Okay, this
Death
is the
Prophet.
the mid pressure, the dual pressure, Ogre, Death Prophet.
And that's where
Silence. The silence is very good against the Brew.
we have. That's where you can't see like a mid hero like the Invoker kind of left on his own again. You need help in the mid lane, or you need like a Dragonite Brewmaster. I think the Brewmaster may just go mid, but
Dragon Knight is also gonna have a
yeah,
hard time.
any hero's gonna have a hard time is the reality, I guess. Perhaps not like what Viper maybe. Not
Queen
sure.
of Pain is actually gonna be fine because every time they do the drain and the ignite, you just blink.
Sure. Well, they take that approach. They're going to grab a hero to actually pressure the mid and play around.
The best Earth Spirit.
Jerax. The one, the only.
So they have a good balance around their team fights. Good lane. Oh, okay.
Lils,
So
Enchantress.
Sand King, Enchantress, they spot weakness because Wyvern, Earth Spirit, they show their 2 supports. These 2 supports cannot deal with the creep, and they are not very strong in the lane. And Ogre and Enchantress, on the other hand, these are 2 heroes designed to win the laning phase.
Yep. Well, I feel like OG have to pick strong laners, and Pugna is going to be the hero of choice here. Interesting. Typically run in the mid lane, may suggest the Brew going off lane, but also very squishy hero against the Death Prophet
Carry
Ogre.
Pugna, maybe?
Yeah, maybe safe lane. Not great against Enchantress rotations, I feel, though. Like a Sand King Enchantress can run all over.
Are they gonna
Pugna.
pick some anti-mage? Okay, no. No. Because anti-mage, I look at these 4 heroes, the Pugna, Earth Spirit, Brew, Wyvern, is like hiding a big hero. It probably is like some
Big late game carry.
AM Morphling type. AM. Go. They need someone that can resist the Enchantress, like hold the Enchantress pressure. Because Enchantress is gonna annoy the shit out of you in the early game. Like it's gonna be very difficult to play. Sand King, Ogre, Enchantress. Need someone that is hard to gank, can survive in the lane and can carry the later part. And Morphing's that good against Panther. It's tough.
Kind of maybe want some burst damage as well against the Death Prophet. If you want to fight into them, you
quite-
need to be able to kill her quickly with the Exorcism.
Quite hard to pick here.
Anti-Mage would have been great for that, because if you blink in with Manta Illusions, you burn a Mana Void is there. It is a hero with items that can quickly blow up a Death Prophet. Instead, where do we look? OG don't have much time. They only have 3 seconds of reserve time.
Not sure what
Don't pull a Newbee in random.
Not sure what they're gonna.
Could be the Morphling. They're going to go for the big late game carry.
But then it's not very good here. And I mean, it's one of their better choices. Because the Enchantress can move your replica. I mean,
Yeah.
you can still jump to it, but you won't be able to hit targets with it.
I mean, you can still use it just as an escape tool, not a fighting tool.
But you can't control where it goes. That's the thing.
Other than that, interaction between the 2 heroes, would you say Morph is fine against Enchantress?
It's okay against Enchantress. Not the greatest, not the worst.
You asked for a
But-
carry with some escape against the Enchantress.
Yeah,
so.
but then your laning phase is gonna be tough, you know. Sand King and
Yep.
Morphling is a short range hero in the lane, so Caustic is gonna be a problem for you. And then on top of that, there's gonna be some big creep running into your lane, shot braving you. And now there's gonna be a bear. So
That's
it's
the,
very, very aggressive, like very fast paced. They are not even choosing to pick like late gamer to go up against the Morphling. They're just gonna be all out aggression. It's 15-20 minutes. They have good lanes. Tower hitter in Death Prophet. They have a Roshan killer Ursa. So the pace of the game will be like first 15 minutes is gonna be really quick. Probably they're gonna try to steamroll you. But the Enchantress is gonna try to. I think the best play is to destroy the Morphling lane. Go wherever the Morphling goes. Ursa will be fine on his own. It's the Brew. Ogre is gonna destroy mid with the Death Prophet. The plan is by the end of the laning phase, 3 lanes won.
Yep.
And then they take your towers one by one and Roshan.
This really feels like, in a lot of ways, a continuation of that Kiev Major Grand Finals. It was always VP being the aggressors, winning the lanes, and OG playing from behind. We're seeing that again here in this series.
Very, very hard. But they do have a lot of like wave clear to hold the game. Like wave clear is one of the better ways to draw out the game. They have Wyvern, Splinter Bus, Pugna, Brewmaster in some ways. I think they do have the necessary tools to hold out the game, provided they can limit the damage done by Enchantress. And it's not an easy job. Like the Earth Spirit, I think the Earth Spirit has to like follow him around, block the camps with sentries or body block, whatever. Do whatever he can to slow the Ench down. Like the Ench is the key hero here. Like he needs to be stopped. You can't kill him as the Earth Spirit, but you need to make sure that he has to spend a lot of time to grab a creep, annoy him, and the main thing is keep vigilant on him. You must make sure you see him and protect your lanes. If the Enchantress doesn't gank the Morphling Stain on the mid lane, then fine for OG.
Yeah, you're kind of acting as a warning signal for your other lanes as to where people are going. We'll see the early TPs out. Jerax TPs and rolls, does not catch Solo.
Look at Solo. Where is he going to place the 2 wards? So he's going to have one. Oh, this one blocks the camp.
Yep. And gives some good vision.
Yeah, this is going to help them a lot to pressure to win the lane. And the other ward should be around the mid lane.
Jerax walks past and he may get spotted planting this ward if he's not careful.
Look at his item as well. This tells a lot. He went for boots.
Yeah, he wants to
he went for
chase
boots.
Ench.
He's gonna, I think, look to scout the Ench.
Or even just look at his first ward. It scouts out the Enchantress's jungle. Yeah. And there's a Radiant Sentry. They thought actually that he was going into block camp. So they guess wrong, but they have the right idea. They know Jerax is going to be messing with the Enchantress. And that is going to be the key thing here. Jerax is trying to maybe hide the fact that he does have Observer Ward up there. Doesn't it currently see the Sand King?
Let's see if VP's plan will work. 3 lanes victory. Enchantress top lane, Ogre mid lane. Earth Spirit has a lot of work to do, and Wyvern has to carry an early TP. Okay, he has a TP.
Seems like VP feel like these camps may be blocked. We'll see where Lil puts this other sentry, but he may guess wrong with this as well. Jerax is trying to like mind game them. This is a pretty unconventional ward spot for level 1, but very much with the idea in mind that this early level 1 movement is going to be key.
He expected the wards play somewhere, but
nope. He scouted Jerax.
Let's see if Jerax blocks the camp. He's going to body block. He's going to body block the camp. Yep. And maybe place the wall even. No.
Enchantress is going to the enemy jungle. Look at this. He says, "You're going to mess with me? I'll."
He put his ward down.
Yeah, he put his ward on the sentry too, but.
He's looking for him. He's just looking for him. This is the correct move. This is perfectly what he is supposed to do and what he's meant to do in this game. He just needs to annoy Lil and follow him around. Lil.
Oh, he got pinged. It looks like he was spotted. The courier's going to go back a different way, so that courier snipe not going to work this time
The
around.
battle of the position for Parker.
Yeah, this is a very thrilling stuff to watch. I'm enjoying. Centaur headed top. Not the best level 1 creep. But at least it's something.
You know what's the best level 1 creep?
Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave. That's the Shockwave.
The Harpy's not bad too, the little chain lightning fella, but you don't normally scout out the small
that one's
camp.
Harder to get.
Yeah, you don't. One, it's not that common, and two, it's...
He goes back to his 100 gold.
Yeah, nice, now he finds it.
So another Centaur? Where's the Earth Spirit? Okay, he's not... Become an item?
He does know where the Enchantress is now. Is he gonna... Is this smoke or something? No, it's another sentry.
But look at the lane though. See, the Sand King is just playing easy in the lane. Like, this lane is gonna be tough for Ana. Yep. Bad. Double Centaur coming in.
Heavy damage and harass, but Passion is getting a bit low from that Arctic burn.
And look at mid lane.
Getting bullied. Potential first blood. No tail very low. The Crypt Swarm will finish him off. As the classic solo ogre camp and sit on mid lane strat is paying off here.
This is okay. Are they winning all 3 lanes now?
Bottom lane S4 is slightly behind the CS. Mid lane is definitely being won. Top lane, I don't know. I think you could argue that OG is still doing okay in this top lane for now. For now,
but the Sand King is gonna pull ahead because Enchantress is coming into the lane with the Centaurs, and this is gonna be tough. Now he has level 2. It's refreshing the duration of the Centaur, waiting for the next camp here. As long as he stops the pull here, if he keeps the enemy from pulling and he controls the wave with the 2 Centaurs with the Sand King stun, it's going to be very difficult for Ana to farm. Okay, triple stun incoming.
No, the chain stun is there. He's trying to morph his way through it, but he can't quite survive.
Yeah, today is very
Now you can say perhaps 3 lanes have been won. No tail.
No tail picks up the haze and goes to the enemy.
He's farming bounty runes at this point, not creeps as a mid laner. That is concerning in itself.
But he is not alchemist.
He's not. Jerax gonna roll on through, takes the Centaur down. Nicely done, didn't even chew through any of his Stone Remnant charges.
Yeah, and oh, he blocked the cam as well. 3-minute cam. So that was important.
Yep.
So when Ange goes back, he has a all wing
Mid lane, no tail. Uh-oh. Not able to survive his way through that one as he does get brought down. This mid lane, disaster for game 1 for Ana, disaster for game 2 for No Tail. This is just not a place you want to be against VP's pressure. First it was Lil's Nightstalker, now it's Solo's Ogre.
Oh, he's gonna die again, yeah? Oh, good.
He's not careful. Ogre has got Boots and Orb of Venom. Oh, may find Jerix here, who doesn't have a role. He does not want to run to the south. That's for sure.
Oh my god, look at this. These are two of the, to me, these are two of the strongest supports at level 1. Like early levels. You cannot fight an Ogre and Enchantress. You just can't.
Yep. We're seeing it.
Oh my god, okay, so OG has to be patient and wait for levels. Yeah, levels. When they get their master ulti, first free ulti, they're gonna be able to fight back. But right now it is VP's game.
Yeah, they are the ones dominating the laning stage, reflected in the early game CS of all the core heroes. VP.
I think you can safely say all lanes lost right now.
Yes, I would agree. Morphling has close to the same CS as Sanking, but does have the death, and ultimately that's your safe lane Morphling that you're supporting with both supports. And this mid lane Pugna is getting bullied badly.
Osprey has to, yeah, he's gonna have to place wards around me. Yeah, he's gonna have to place one around the bot area. They can't see the, they feel very pressured now, they don't see the Ogre.
He is in the neighborhood. May find the initiation if they push forward. Okay, now they will. Jerix and Solo. Going to scout one another out. It looks like Solo just...
Can't really fight him.
Yeah, I was like, Jerix, are you sure you would be the one running forward? Does have a boulder smash to play around.
That feels so bad. Okay, they got a
Top
kill on the
lane,
Sand
yeah,
King, but they're gonna lose the Wyvern.
Oh, one more right click. They may lose Lil though in the process. Ana's got another waveform and he gets the right click as he does it.
Big. That was big.
That was fantastic, and he gets the troll. A little bit of extra gold going his way.
Bot lane, S4, trouble.
He gets rotated on. Solo's Ogre just everywhere on the map, and the TP has to be cancelled as Ramsey poses a threat to get an additional kill.
Can't really set up a kill here mid lane. Jirax just probably wants to place around the...
He runs into Lil's Enchantress, which means he does not get a chance to do it. He puts the ward in the mid-high ground instead, but that's 2 wards in kind of close proximity at this mid lane. Not really the ideal spots to have.
But still, like, you can see that he just wants to have vision around to protect.
Yeah.
Like, Pugna is very vulnerable to this kind of rotation. Any, like, Ogre behind him is stunning, like he's dead. Enchantress with a creep behind him, he's dead. So if this is like, if Pugna loses this game, it will be the first game he lost in the tournament. Like, so far Pugna has won all games.
Yeah, it sounds, I know at least day 1. I'm not sure what's happened today, but that does sound right. Definitely picked in a very tough laning situation, but can bounce back.
Oh, here comes the Ench with his Satyr.
OG do have 3 heroes at this top lane to combat this one.
They can fight them with these 2 heroes.
And meanwhile, bottom lane, S4 is going to get gone on and brought down. Jumped by the Ogre rotation again. Top lane,
Oh my god.
they're just fleeing back to their tower. Lil doing work against them. Sanking just harassing Ana with Burrow Strike, Caustics. Gonna see a turnaround. Ana actually wants to go aggressive. May almost be able to bring down Pasha. Needed a couple more right clicks or another waveform, which he does not have.
Now they're gonna try it out.
Mid lane, another kill. Pugna goes down.
Gosh.
Constant Solo is mid. He's bottom. He's been in 5 of these 7 kills. And the lane he hasn't been is that top lane, but he is winning both bottom and mid. Meanwhile, Enchantress is winning the top lane for them. The supports of VP being very influential in this early game.
Fly almost going down to the creep.
Oh.
It's like running him down with shockwaves.
Oh man.
Okay, so do they have what?
Look at the levels on these supports.
Panda has level 6. So okay,
Jerix is level 2. Wyvern about to hit level 4. Wyvern's a bit more okay in terms of levels. Top lane, oh, doesn't hit the Burrow Strike on Ana. Solo just going to walk in, tank some tower hits, right click. He's going to turn and fire blast. Ana's. Oof.
Okay, they have Bruce split now. They should do something with it. They have to do something with
Yeah,
it.
it looks like they're smoking up here around this bottom lane.
Maybe smoke towards top, I think. Oh, they're gonna try to kill Ramses.
Okay. Tough kill to get,
They're
perhaps.
going go, where are they going?
Mid lane, I want to say.
Put a ward down and go mid? Yeah, put a
Or
ward
bottom.
down.
We'll find out soon enough as OG going to leave Morphling alone to his own devices. Ramses is headed towards this bottom rune and looks like he will get...
Oh, they even got the career.
Okay, that'd be a great 2 pickups if they can get it. Ramses,
Oh my god, is he gonna get out?
he doesn't look like it. He gets slowed down by the Drunken Haze. There's going to be a clap as well to hit him. There's going to be the primal split. Epicenter coming in from Pasha from the side. Gets the burrow strike as well. Ramsey still low. Does not have the ultimate. Where's that Cyclone? It looks like he can't quite get in range. Throws the boulder from afar. They really want this Ursa. The Brewmaster going to be close to getting this kill. Is there going to be enough damage? Should just get it. Yes, he does the win walk. Good micro coming out. OG will lose the Wyvern in the process. And S4 does not have an escape of his own. And burrow strike back up. S4 should be going down as well, as no one gets 2 kills in return. Taking a look at some of these other lanes. Notel did get some good damage on the mid tower, but top lane is being bullied. Ana, sub 200 HP with no way of farming this top lane.
Okay. That was quite a disastrous first Bruce split. They got 1 kill, but they lost 2 heroes. Mid lane. Okay, that was not gonna work.
Ramses chases him down. Used that decrep aggressively and did not have any solutions to the Ursa rotation in.
They desperately need the 2 supports to be level 6. Yep. That's gonna be another point where they can... Like, their team fight is strong. Earth Spirit, ulti, Panda ulti, and the Wyvern ulti.
We need to get to that point.
Somehow get there.
Earth Spirit's just level 3 at 10 minutes into this game. Even that Tomb of Knowledge is not going to solve that problem of getting to level 6. Nanis farming okay, I think, is the one thing that is going alright for them, but...
Yeah, they dedicated so much resource to make sure that the Morphling can do okay.
Yeah, as you can have to. You pick a Morphling, it's not a hero you want to have get shut down. It's not like kind of like a catch-up hero in that sense. Well, talking to Jarex here, it does look like VP just trying to...
Oh my god, look at this Ogre, he's hitting the carry.
I mean, he was hitting the carry underneath the tower earlier. No one gets the kill mid on Notel, and Ana may actually just go down here at top lane. Gets Burrow Strike, has a waveform soon. Does he have a TP to go with it? Yes, he does.
Just enough mana.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so close.
He barely gets away. Mid lane was where the Death Prophet managed to find a kill, and looking to work on this tower for now, but is still fairly healthy. Boy, oh boy, are things looking bad for OG right now.
Yep.
4K plus gold lead, and we're just 11 minutes in.
Wait till they get the tower top and they get Roshan.
Yeah. Towers, Roche. Definitely going to be easy for them to control Roche with this lead they've got, and the Ursa.
They have a Panda split again. He is
next?
close to his blink. I mean, every split after this has to net them something. They need to be able to get something.
Seems for now they just want to work at this bottom lane. Notel just throwing out spells to try and zone this Ursa away.
Fly is almost level 6 though.
Here comes Sand no Blink Dagger just... Oh, sorry, here comes the Ogre. Sand trying to finish his Blink. He's at 2.1k gold. Jerax, oh, he rolled into this one. Does get hit by the Cold Embrace as S4 is looking for that Primal Split opportunity, but with Death Prophet TPing in, I don't know if you want to fight this one. There may not be an Exorcism, but there is Spirit Siphon charges. And S4 is looking like he is in a world of trouble. Can't get out of that one. Doesn't even want to use the split because he realizes how important it's going to be. But the good news is Notel does get some good damage on the tower. Can't finish it off as he was running out of mana. But it will likely be taken down by VP.
I guess space for Morphling.
Doesn't? Yeah, that feels like an okay sequence of events for OG.
They managed to force 4 hero spot. I think that was okay.
Yep. The mid tower went down as well sometime recently, so they've taken a couple towers of their own. It's still not by any means good, but it was like a 6k gold lead, and now we're down to
I think
more like 4 to 5.
Overall, it's a good exchange for OG. And they still have split. Panda's still quite close to his dagger. He look at S4, he's like such a team player. He's not even trying to farm his lane. He's just trying to help his team. Rush with the Ursa. OG knows it's going on, I guess. Jerax is around there.
He seems to know, but no one positioning on the outside of the pit, not wanting to get caught inside. They want to get this, they've got to get this soon. They need a big Winter's Curse. Level 6 is up on the Wyvern. It's up to Fly. He scouts with the Replicate. Not a bad way to start this fight. Problem is Ramsey's just in the pit finishing off. Epicenter comes out as Notel gets burst down to start the fight, and S4 does not get off his ultimate. Anna going to have to waveform on out of there. May even be in some trouble if VP want to go for the chase. The Blink Bar are going to find Fly behind the Tier 1 tower. He'll get taken out as VP use their vision advantage. They had a very nicely placed observer ward on the high ground by the shrine. And Ramsey's knowing that he can just finish off Roche for the team. Take that engagement. Great. The vision is really the big thing there. They had 2 wards protecting that Roche. One right around the river, one by the shrine. They saw that entire fight coming from OG.
Well, at least Anna didn't die.
Seems like a kind of small thing in the context of how that fight really went with how many heroes they lost.
I mean, this is how they draft. They always, like, from experience, like when we played against them, they tend to like to pick heroes that are better in team fights but weaker in the lanes. Sometimes you see them losing in the laning phase quite hard. And
especially with their supports, whereas VP have the complete opposite approach with their support picks. They'll pick the aggressive lane-dominating supports, the Ogres, the Disruptors for solo, the Night Stalkers, the Enchantresses for Lil.
The thing with like Ogre and Enchantress is like those two won't contribute a lot past the mid-game. Apart from like casting Bloodlust, you won't do so much. Whereas the Osprey and Wyvern, they can do a lot in fights.
And that's where, regardless of how big of an advantage VP might get, OG will still be in this one with a chance in the late game.
Ramses.
It's been ages. Look to save it with the Enrage on out. And he needs to be careful. If he does die, he will not have Enrage when he respawns, and it looks like he will go down to the Magnetize. Just an Aegis claim with VP rotating in. OG do need to get the hell out of here. Boulder Smash is there, but Notail still in all kinds of trouble. Blocks the entry, but does not have a TP. He would have been able to survive if he had one. He's trying to just turn and fight, but fortunately, without a TP, he could not escape. But again, space for Anna, you know, it's anytime you can buy for the Morphling to get some farm is going to be
Morphling can
time well used.
Carry this game alone, allowed to get his items.
If he can get, the Lincoln's E-Blade is really where he's got to get to. Those 2 items will give him the burst damage potential to get involved.
Another 10 minutes. If he's lucky.
Yeah, I feel like 10 minutes for both those items is if things go well for OG.
So they have the blink on Gustav now. Let's see if they can get a good split, win a fight.
Steals the Replicate.
It's possible though, they have 3 big... Oh, okay, Osprey has no ulti, 40 seconds. They can use this 3 big ultimates.
They found her Spirit. I think they may no longer want to use those ultimates. Problem is, Brewer's being found in the side. No silence though, so he does get off the split. And it looks like they may be able to bring down the Sand King here.
That's good.
Definitely good for OG to start things off here, trading the Earth Spirit for the Sand King and possibly looking for more. No one is fairly tanky with this Yules and Hood, so maybe not the target they want to go on. As the Primal Split wears off, it likely is time for them to retreat. Anna and Lil just battling it out in the top lane.
He's staying in his lane all the time just to hit him.
Lil, yeah. He's so obnoxious right now. He's just throwing impetus after impetus. He's stealing his ultimate. He's just throwing creeps at him. This is... Oh, he misses the waveform.
Might be in trouble here.
But yeah, Lil does have a TP, but can't use it against the Adaptive Strike.
Okay, he might actually be...
Yeah, we'll see TP support coming in from the Sand King, and I think the chase is unwise at this point, given how close to that Tier 1 tower you are. And yeah, they scan it. Well, they don't know what they scanned. That was actually just Lil's Enchantress.
The 2 supports are just looking. This Morphling, he goes to mid lane and then the Ogre runs up to him, hits him.
No one just runs at him. I mean, this Morphling is farming well, but it's not been easy. Bottom lane, S4 gets solo killed.
Okay.
Back to mid, Pasha. Burrow Strike to initiate in on the Pugner. Gonna see some turnaround here, but goes invis to get away from them. But the silence coming out. There's the Winter's Curse. Is this going to be enough damage? The right clicks are there. Anna perhaps putting himself in some danger here. Didn't need to waveform forward, and Ramses has showed up with a Blink Dagger. Goes on Notel. It's going to be a kick away from Jerax, saving his life, and he's going to roll to save his own if he needs it, but bigger problems at the Shrine as Anna's Morphling does get picked off, and Notel now in trouble. He just got the 4-staff at the end, but he still got brought down despite activating it. And now with Exorcism up for a little bit longer, an Arcane Rune at that, VP going to take this
That's
tier 2
bad.
mid, or at least do some good damage.
You don't want your Morphling to die. No. So what else can they do now? They use the Winter Wyvern's ulti, they use their Magnetize, they use Split.
Yeah, that was a moment
I
where...
guess Split was in the previous fight.
Yeah, it's coming back up soon.
They need all 3 ultimates on the same
Fly. They know where he is. They've got a high ground ward here for him. And they also see Jarex. Some great vision from Virtus.pro.
Oh, he actually chose to max D-Crab, right? Over Netherwall. I didn't notice. So he has a level 1.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few Pugners just get that 1 value point in the ward as the mid Pugner and max the D-Crab.
I guess it's
that
really
very
good
short
against
cooldown.
the Ursa, and then both of them do a lot of right click.
Yeah, smoke up from OG. This one undetected. Perhaps going to sit behind Anna. Lil is headed back that way to mess with him, and could be to his own death. It looks like they know where Lil is, but Pugner cannot do this alone.
But in the meantime, VP is shuffling bot lane in, Ogre's pushing the mid lane in. Even if they get this kill, both the lanes are gonna... Oh no, Jarex is...
Lil is surviving, he's healing through it!
What?
Oh no.
He's not dead?
He lived? That's unfortunate. They just didn't have the damage for it. Perhaps...
He's actually quite tanky.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stats with the Atos, and then he survived on, like, he got his heal off with about 80 HP, and then he just out-healed the life drain. If it was level 2 life drain, it would have been a kill, but Notel not quite level 12. Fly. They know he's here. He needs to TP on out. He will do so just barely before the Fire Blast arrives.
Okay, they have to take a fight with the 3 ultimates. I think it's still possible for them to win a fight if they can land a good curse, eliminate 1 target right away, and a good magnetize with this. They need to kite out the Ursa ulti with maybe the Wind Panda, the Cyclone.
Death Prophet went back from Midas. VP recognizing this game has slowed down. That is an unexpected pickup.
That is not sure what to make of it.
Given the pace of this game and how much pressure VP putting on, it felt like they would just want to try and take all these outer towers.
You kind of don't want to go late game against them.
Yeah, and that's what the Midas is more suggesting, is that they are going to look to go late game, but interesting. Quite
weird, but let's see. It might actually pay off because let's say they can't pressure and Midas pays off.
Yeah.
He gets an extra item, let's say 10 minutes down the road.
Don't about 10 minutes, but like, yeah, you know, like it'll pay off over time. It's one of those things where you do get your gold back, like maybe after 25 minutes of using it.
I say it's strange because their lineup is built to destroy them now. You know, 20-25 minutes, you at the very least want to get a second Roshan and enter high ground.
It does help her level up faster, is one of the things. Death Prophet has some very powerful talents at level 20 and 25. So getting to some of those could definitely help out.
I guess that's true.
Plus 50 movement speed at level 20 is crazy.
Plus 8 spirits.
Yeah. Plus, and 600 health is even a lot, but we'll see if when and where we get to those points. But
second Roshan is coming up. That is
VP did smoke up here, but did not find all too much out of it. They've got an Enchantress creep camped in that Roche pit. Anna's looking to build a Manta style. I think this was just not the game for the Ethereal Blade. I feel like that was, for me, that's just like your standard go-to bread and butter Morphling build.
Split push. Manta gives you much more split push because he probably feels like he can't pick anyone off. Everyone's tanky. Can't really kill the Sand King either with the Sandstorm, unless you bring a Tusk. So
the targets you can kill is like
I guess he
Ogre.
feels like he needs to be doing much more split pushing rather than trying to ninja kill someone.
Death Prophet's already built a hood, so there is some added magic resistance there.
I think some players will probably go for the E-Blade.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you can say which one is better. They both do different things for the game, but I feel like going for more split push is like a safer one.
OG definitely have a strong team fight, and that's something we kind of touch on. Like, they want to use those 3 big ultimates together, and that's where the Ethereal Blade does complement the team fight better than the Manta does, but the split push element is there.
Smoke broke.
Okay, they seem to have a general idea where they are.
They need wards, they have no vision.
They get one ward up, but it's not quite in the spot where they want to be. And now, uh-oh, Pasha gets silenced up. Hit by the slow hit. Do they actually want to jump on him? It looks like OG want to just reset.
They have high ground.
Yeah, they're going to...
VP should not do
VP
anything.
smoke? How far around do they want to go? It looks like they want to go and take the OG high ground.
They need a better position.
Who's got the high ground now? VP say.
Oh, they can't even hit to the shrine. Oh no.
VP just going to
okay,
go with
never
Roche.
mind. Roche is up.
You're in the Roche pit. There is no high ground, say VP. And OG are just camping around their ward. We saw this earlier with Liquid. You know, you want to fight around your vision. The problem is with Roche back and a Radiant scan scouting out OG, VP know exactly what is going on and have secured themselves Aegis and Cheese. That is the big thing here. There's a Cheese on no one's Death Prophet. OG just need to get out, I feel, at this point. This is time to probably just TP on home. And problem is, Pasha's found them. They are going to look to fight. They put the Netherward on the cliff. We'll see how well this can go for OG. Fighting into the Aegis and Cheese so far. It's looking okay. The Death Prophet being focused down first. Can she get the Cheese off? No, she can't. That's a great start to the fight. OG looking good so far. Winter's Curse has been expended already. It looks like they want to go on the Enchantress, but with the heal there, they've got to switch their attention to the Ursa, who's being kited around. This is going absolutely fantastic. The Epicenter Burrow Strike maybe going to change the fate of this fight, though, as Pasha getting focused by Ana. 1 or 2 more right clicks could finish him off. Ana, will he get the kill? He does, but now he's got an Ursa to deal with. He's being stunned up. Numbers favoring OG for now. They did not want to buy back on the Death Prophet. Ana getting low, though, and without any more stats to morph, he is going to go down. VP have outlasted OG despite losing the Death Prophet, the Aegis being the tipping factor.
As good as you could get, I think, for OG. They killed 2 heroes, plus the Aegis, and they traded it for 4 heroes being far behind.
One of those moments where I'm like, holy crap, they're actually going for this team fight.
Yeah, they have the vision advantage. That's why they actually they had the mod there, so
they were so far behind in items. 12k gold deficit. Up against Aegis and Cheese. They made the most of it, like you say.
The DP going down there without doing anything can't pop her Cheese. Yeah. That was very crucial. I think if they pop the Cheese on DP, the stick,
it's like a 5-0.
The fight is over.
Yeah,
that was just like a GG fight.
They definitely recognize the importance of isolating.
But that was the first fight, Parker, that OG fought with all 3 ultimates together.
But it felt like that. End of the day, VP walk away winners, even though they lose their Aegis. Because they do get more kills, and most importantly, Morphling dies. Yeah, Morphling lives there, and it's like a 4 for 3 in VP's favor. Then maybe you're like, well, actually, it's okay for OG. They got 1 less kill, but Morphling lived. The fact Morphling dies, I think, means VP are going to be very happy.
So right now, they are moving on to their next objective. So once again, placing a ward, vision into objective, vision into objective. Dota 101, once more, Parker. And now OG wants to smoke again. All ultimates up.
Just about. They haven't got the Earth Spirit yet. It's just come up now. Can they get the jump? Can they burst unknown? He does not have the Cheese this time. He is the target you're going to go on. Exism going. They're going to blink in S4's Panda. They want to bring down No One. He pops the Glimmer Cape. Can they execute him with the right-click damage from Ana? The Cyclone going there as well, trying to keep himself alive. The waveform on through. Death Prophet is healing back up, and that is a problem for OG. They haven't got any kills. They're going to lose the Pugner, who gets focused down by Ramses on the Ursa. The chase is on. The root is there. Fly is next on the chopping block. As OG do finally manage to bring down the Death Prophet. Ana's second win there being enough to bring him down. Jarek's being chased to the south. Needs to just TP on out of there. Back up to the top. Ramses is looking for S4 in the Brew and will ultimately get him. 4 dead for OG. Ana wants Ramses, is going to go for it and gets the kill. Ana coming up big there, TPing on out. Nothing. Okay, there is something to cancel. The Yule Scepter from Pasha. He then Soul Rings. Burrow Strikes through. Pasha. Holy moly, this guy's insane. He's keeping Ana in place. He's locking him down, but there's a Cold Embrace, and that will save Ana's life here. Fly now can slow Lil a little bit. Will they go for some kills? Solo wants to TP on out. Adaptive Strike is not there in time.
That was so big, Parker, getting the Ursa.
The Ursa. And this fight, I think OG can say that was good enough. Ana survives and get kills.
That was more than great. That was great. They, you know, mid-fight, when they cyclone the DP, and he came down of the cyclone, Ursa like went beside him and passed him the Cheese.
Oh, that's how he healed up. I was wondering how I thought it was like the Spirit Siphons or something, but that was an insane amount of heal coming up. He uses himself and gets past the Cheese in the middle of all that. That is some insane micro coming in.
The Morphling is getting to a point where he's strong enough One more item. Come on.
Absolutely, that was such a good fight there. The death prop you can see still very squishy, and this is where that Manta build is kind of paying off. The right-click damage from the Morphling really being shown in that fight.
For VP, I think after this fight, they are going to be very careful with the next fight that they take. They are not as strong as before. The Morphling is already reaching to a point where he's going to be quite hard to deal with. I mean, this is the kind of fight, right? You wish that maybe if the DP had more items instead of the Midas, then he didn't die. Then a lot of things would have been different.
Yeah,
but
even just the fact this death prophet only has 6 armor right now.
The last
physical
two,
damage.
the last 2 fights he died. Like 2 fights in a row he died, and you remember the first time he died here?
Yeah, around.
He just barely any extra item, he would have got his cheese off, and the fight would have been different.
Yep,
that was the first fight.
It does really feel like this Midas pickup has not paid off, and it's hurt him more than it's helped.
I mean, it's still paying off in a way. Like, he's getting more gold now. But the last 2 fights dying definitely set him back.
Yep. Well, we'll see where VP go from here. They do still maintain a 28-9 kill lead, a very sizable gold lead.
Well, right now you can see the big difference, right? I talk about when it comes to mid-late game, the Ogre Ench is not going to do as much as the Earth Spirit Wyvern.
No. Wyvern won't do anything if she gets deleted, and that's exactly what Ramses does in the mid lane.
I don't think that they can actually force objective, like losing a position 5, and now Morphling has space to push out lanes. I think VP needs to get a gem, control the map.
Had pretty good vision control for a lot of this game, but it does feel like over the last few minutes, after that team fight, OG have...
Morphling is going to start to split push like crazy, It's going to be quite hard to deal with him because their heroes don't really catch him very well. Like the second stun, that's pretty much it.
Oh, Solo glimmers up, gets the stun on Brew. Fire Strike to follow it up. Can they bring down S4? He's going to just Primal Split, and that's a good force from VP, unless OG can turn this into some kills here. They're looking for a Cyclone. They will catch Lil here. To the south side, it's actually Sankin getting focused down. He's going to get drained out by the Pugna. Trying to escape will not be successful. Enchantress, meanwhile, healed back up. Brewmaster blinks away as the Primal Split ends. Still gets caught by the Atos and kicked away to the south. Jerax saves his buddy S4. For now, though, as no one will catch him with the Yule Scepter, and I don't think he'll save him a second time. S4 has to be left to the Wolves. At RVP, no tail. Cold Embrace is there. This is not looking good. The Winter's Curse may save his life, though. No tail will not survive. I don't think the Enchantress is there. Fly gets blinked on as well.
They have to use
trouble.
I think they have to use... Oh no, he's pulling the creeps away. He's pulling the creeps.
There's a siege creep though. One siege creep has made its way through to disable the backdoor protection.
No. The Wyvern can't clear the siege
Morphling is split pushing though. We saw this in the previous game. Morphling will push very fast at this bottom lane. The buybacks do come out, but can OG defend while Morphling rats? And it looks like the answer may be yes. Morphling at bottom does meet the Sanking and will just have to TP himself out of there. Back to the fight perhaps, where they've already lost the Pugna.
Oh, that's a dieback.
That is indeed a dieback. There may be no Sanking here, but VP may want to press their luck. Death Prophet's ultimate cooldown at 48 seconds for now. Does have an Octarine core to lower that cooldown.
They're probably going to wait for the Roche and the DPLT.
Yeah.
Safely.
So Pugna will be back up by that point, but ultimately they take the shrines.
It's still quite a risky thing going up high ground now to force it because the Morphling is quite strong. Like, look at his items.
Yeah, he's got the defusal now.
Yeah, he's really strong now. They need to be very careful. Getting the Roshan and Cheese. I think OG can contest it. They should contest it. Try to get a ward up around the Roche area right now because Roche is the next important objective. Yeah, they're going to smoke out for that. This is very, very important for OG. They need to be able to see this coming,
they smoke
contest
before
it.
Pugna even respawns. So this is maybe something that will catch VP by surprise.
I mean, they think Roshan might be up already.
The Radiant scan though.
It is the right play because Roshan might be up and they might be already be doing it with the Ursa.
Fortunately for them, it's not up and VP's not there, and VP now know the positioning of OG to some extent through that scan. And I imagine VP, if they've got a smoke, are looking to use one now and head that direction. OG need to get down some deep wards. They get down just the one. I believe that's all they had for the time being, as No Tail is going to be pushing out the mid lane. The fight could break out here. Ramses Has a BKB, going to look to turn and fight the silence on the Morphling. He does Manta it off as no one in the front line is going to throw out the ultimate now. They need to try and deal with him fast. He is getting brought down very quickly by Ana. The Diffusal going to purge him up. Ana going in, the Winter's Curse on Pasha's Sand King. They can't actually kill the Death Prophet as a result. Now they can get him down. The Brewmaster Primal Split really giving them a lot of control here. Pasha's now found Fly to the north. Looking to bring him down. The Primal Split throwing Enchantress up in the air. The waveform is there. Ana wants to focus on Lil, and it looks like he should have the damage to do it. The Force Staff going to help him out, but not enough, as the Cyclone now catches Ogre as well. And then may be able to get another kill here. He finds Ramsey, stops the Blink Dagger with that ultimate. Solo's Invis not going to save his life, and OG are overwhelming VP. 3 kills, no buybacks available. Sand King going to creep skip the top wave to prevent any kind of a push.
The DP needs like armor items though. He's getting shredded by the Morphlings.
I feel like he should have gone. The Shiver's Guard just seems like the item he needed.
He's going BKB.
Yeah, he's not going for it, but it seems.
I mean, on the other hand, he's taking a lot of damage from the Nether Wall, the Panda, Panda, like the split, the damage, the burn damage. I don't know. I think he needs a lot of. He needs a lot of stuff.
Ramses, is he actually going for this? Has BKB in 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Roshan dropping fast. He scouts it out. BKBs. Ana needs to get out of there. The Force Staff nicely played. Buying time for these respawns. Roche needs to get back in that pit before they can hit it. And it looks like without a BKB, this gets a lot trickier for Ramses to contest. Is he going to go for this? Needs to backpack an item. It looks like that will not be an option for him.
Oh, big turnaround here.
I think OG do not want to fight though. They haven't got their ultis in. They'll lose Pugna because of it.
Get back indeed. Good stuff. Makes the call. Back. Roshan. Roshan down.
No tell. Dies again, but ultimately for the greater good. There's not been a very friendly game for this Pugna. We'll see what VP can punish the lack of buyback. They could try and press down this middle lane.
Not going to be easy though. Like the ultimates are all back up for OG.
Yep. And Morphling can just kind of go in and fight first if he wants to.
He's so strong right now, like Ana.
He's gonna hit that level 25 fairly soon. Get that extra waveform range, I can only imagine. Not the best of level 25 talents. Like, it's good, but you know, like some level 25, you're like, holy cow, that's powerful. Morphling, it's like, eh.
Replicate damage can be good.
But you've got versing Enchantress though this game.
Yeah, sometimes replicate damage can be good.
Probably not the game for it, but CVP finish off the tier 2, not wanting to force too much of a high ground push against this Aegis and Cheese.
I think once he gets this Skadi, he will just be... He's already almost unstoppable. Once he gets the Skadi, Ursa's not going to do anything in the fight. So you just get kited.
It's crazy that we're talking about OG, like how they're in a good position with this crazy farm Morphling when they're behind 20,000 gold, Winter.
Oh, they're actually behind 20k.
Yeah. And we are talking about this as if it is a close game and that OG may actually be in a good position.
Because of the overall lineup.
Yeah.
Like, the VP's lineup, they snowball very hard in the early game, but they don't use the net worth well. Whereas the Morphling uses the net worth well. Fly and Jerax don't need much net worth to do their thing. In team fights, they're doing damage. No Tail as well, he's been dying so much, but in fights, he just needs to make sure that he drops his nether ward down. He uses his ulti maybe to save the Morphling and decrep, you know.
Is there going to be a point where the Morphling can't do it all on his own? Is he going to need more farm on someone like the Pugna or the Brew?
I think it's a very hard game for them to control the Morphling though, unless they have like a Hex. I don't know, like they need somehow like an Abyssal Hex to control the Morphling.
Fly's being found, throws a Winter's Curse here, but oh, nice Boulder Smash, catches out all 3. The Winter's Curse did not really catch all too much. The decrypt on the Nether Ward will
not have buyback.
Buy some time. Ramses forced in forward, does have a BKB if he needs it. Meanwhile, it's Morph split pushing. You talked about how farmed he is. He can also hit buildings incredibly fast.
They're going to try to stop them from TPing back.
Yep, with the Primal Split, that's the perfect way of doing it. The Sand King's the big one. The BKB from no one. He doesn't have a TP. It's in his backpack. Oh, Morphling does not actually go for the split push. Instead, comes back to fight. They want to try and punish VP. No one's going to have to pop the ultimate here. His BKB's worn off. He may just get focused down. Epi sent a Burrow strike. In comes Pasha, saving the day. Ana's getting low. He has still got the Aegis, but the fight is being lost for now as OG starting to melt. No Tail life draining, trying to heal himself back up, but does not have a good answer for the stun of the Burrow strike. Ana's trying to get some kills here, but is just getting kited around. Has only managed to find the one, and now needs to turn and focus his attention elsewhere. He loses his teammates. He cannot 1v5. He still relies on his team.
Ursa was not there for the fight. So that fight, MVP Sand King, that was fantastic epicenter. Like, he basically killed almost the whole team.
They used Cheese and Aegis for that fight as well.
Oh no. Okay, suddenly they have to use buyback.
May even lose some racks. You'll have to wait and see, but and they're not
Should
going
still
to
be able to hold here.
Yeah,
with
it
the
looks like
buyback.
they will hold off of that. But the item progression, you look at the net worth, and I think that's really the worry for OG, and I think that's where this game is still very VP favored, is the fact that it is just the Morphling. 4 VP core heroes trail the Morphling in net worth, and then sub 10k net worth is the Brewmaster of S4 and the Pugner of No Tail. This Pugner feels more like a utility, a 4 position than a mid hero right now.
You're being nice, Parker. He's like a support now at this
He's
stage.
a bit like
I
a
think
support.
his job is to keep the Morphling alive. Like, you declare him if you need to, you life drain him if you need to, and you glimmer, and you just keep the Morphling alive. Morphling is going to dish out the damage with the Earth Spirit, Magnetize, and the Curse.
The problem is VP have 4 heroes dishing out damage right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I would say it's much easier for Morphling to do the damage, like much more reliable and easier, like for him than the Ursa, compare him to the Ursa.
Yep.
And the Sand King. Like, Sand King hit a really big ultimate that time, but can he do it every fight? I'm not sure.
Oh, blink in, they go to No Tail. He does get caught by the Cold Embrace to the south. Oh, Jerax caught on the outside of the base and no Cold Embrace.
No buyback.
Loses the gem as well. Pasha going to pick that one up.
Morphling needs to force someone back base.
They're going to throw the No Tail Brewmaster ultimate. The Morphling is going to commit to the split push at bottom. It looks like it is going to be a bit of a base trade here, as Brewmaster's Primal Split just going to be used to kind of delay VP, perhaps stop some TPs. Ursa has TP back though and is on Morphling duty. And it cannot really break through the high ground with the defenders there. Nice Winter's Curse onto the Ogre. Going to buy some additional time here. The Shrine going to try and help keep No Tail alive. Morphling dies!
Oh no!
Oh boy, Ramsey's getting the better of Anna in the bottom lane. He doesn't have buyback, Winter. He doesn't have the money for it. He's 70 gold short, and I think OG...
That was a big misplay there by the Morphling.
Oh no, what happened?
He actually went back in, he waved out, and then he decided to fight the Ursa, and Ursa just killed him with dash.
Well, it's VP who will look to clean up the OG base. They may not know Morphling, but it doesn't have a buyback, but they're going to at least try and force a potential one. It doesn't exist, and right now VP can continue to fight. They are getting a bit low here, and this may be a cause for concern.
They managed to hold 60 seconds
But now,
more.
Ramsey's coming though, and that is the big brute force of the VP lineup. And here comes the Enchantress heal as well.
They are low on mana, so DP won't be able to pop her next ultimate.
She'll be close.
Oh yeah.
She's getting some mana regen there. She's losing mana actually. What am I talking about? The Pugner Ward is draining it. Now she's gaining mana. There we go. As Pugner going to have to force away from the VP onslaught. 30 seconds now. Morphling does have buyback. Did manage to get the gold over time to get back to this point, but at this point he may just not want to use it. We'll see Death Prophet ultimate now. Morphling 20 seconds away from respawning. This is such a tense movement for OG, and it looks like VP...
Oh, what a curse.
Curse, fantastic. Catches Lil, doesn't quite bring him down, but the Fly Splinter Blast will. Can OG defend their racks with 5 seconds on Morphling's respawn? It looks like the answer is going to be yes. No one wants the melee racks. He BKBs. He's trying to focus it down. Can they right-click him? It looks like the damage is not going to be there for OG. No one happy to throw away his life just to take the objectives. Says, racks means everything right now to us.
I think that was the correct decision for Ana not to buy back. I think he needs to keep getting items. Even though they have to lose the melee racks, I think it's still possible for OG to win from this position right now.
But very, very difficult. I mean, we were talking about a 20k gold lead that's been extended to a 28,000 gold lead.
Well, it's still very possible though, because Morphling is so fat. Still very, very possible. So right now, what they need to make sure is everyone else has... so who used buyback? Pugner used buyback. They have
feels like
one buyback.
You say it's possible, Winter. Every time I just look at these net worths, I'm just like, I don't know.
It is possible. Morphling can kill everybody.
I have so... the problem is his teammates are all going to die so incredibly fast, and once he's in that like 1v5, 2v5 scenario, I think he just gets controlled. He gets kited.
Yeah, but if they get a good initiate with the Earth Spirit or the Panda ulti,
and a good Winter's Curse is essential for OG in these team
it's very
fights.
possible for them to win a fight.
There's no Glimmer Cape, there's no Blink Dagger on Fly. That's the result of the poverty, is their supports do not have any items.
Oh, Sand King.
Take out the shrine here. VP going to try and fight them around that area. It doesn't look like it. Bit of money. We're talking about getting some support items. Well, killing shrines is one way to get some of that team money.
He's very close to his butterfly. I think that will be one of his strongest points in the game right now. You get the butterfly and you try to maybe smoke and just run at them and try to, like, the butterfly just gives him so much damage. He might be able to just burst the DP down from like one stun from the Earth Spirit and maybe a follow-up stun from the Earth Panda. 2 stuns might be enough for them to kill the DP from full to nothing.
See Anna just go in with a replicate to back him up and wave on through, replicate on out. The VP very likely waiting that next Roshan. They've got neutral creeps just camping the pit, waiting for it to respawn. Death Prophet's now hit level 25. At this point, I think we can well and truly say Midas has paid off. It's perhaps made the game a little tougher by not having another item, but it's definitely led to him getting more farm and hitting this level 25 faster. Does get those extra exorcism spirits. OG positioned around this Pugna ward at mid are going to give up their position, it looks like. Morphling, does he go for the butterfly or say buyback is probably one of the big questions here.
I personally feel you don't say buyback at this point.
Oh, he's gone on solo. Solo could be in some trouble here.
Oh,
I say that, he gets forced out the way. Anna needs to be careful. Gets kicked away by the Earth Spirit. In goes the Death Prop with BKB. Fly needs to find a good curse. Problem is he's caught in a terrible spot here. Forced out the way, silenced up. No chance for him to do anything. And Anna gets glimmered to save his life there. He was in a terrible spot, silenced up without his Manta style. And it looks like OG are just going to have to full-on retreat. As Roche will be respawning and gifting VP and Aegis and Cheese.
They used the DP ulti and they only lost a support.
Yeah. Not the real Brewmaster. Pasha thinks he's caught S4, but I think we'll quickly realize, oh wait, that's not it.
But on the other hand, Roshan is down. Don't think they can contest this. That's still quite bad for OG.
Quite bad indeed. Aegis, Cheese, multiple lives. No one going to be taking the Aegis. Cheese for the Ursa.
I think he just needs to buy the butterfly and fight. Don't think.
Yeah, all in at this point.
If he has to use buyback the next fight, you're gonna gradually lose the game.
It seems for now he's holding his buyback money. Maybe just not able to too easily get to that shop. Wait and see what the call's going to be.
DP was actually quite tanky. In the last fight, he was hitting him all the way, but he was draining life enough from the Octarian and the Siphon.
Yeah, he's finally got that. He's got that armor item now with the Shiver's Guard, helping him out. See Anam able to purchase any additional items for this fight. He will have a buyback to play around with. Jerex repositioning to the north. Sneaky little spot for his Earth Spirit. There's an Observer Ward as well to give some good vision. This Pugna Nether Ward.
800 damage.
Yeah, very hard to deal with. In goes the Death Prophet with Aegis. Not the easiest here to focus on. He gets the Primal Split up before Burrow Strike. And S4 trying to zone them back and control them. Throwing out the boulders, the Cyclones, but ultimately unable to really team fight with this ultimate. And VP just seem intent to disengage, wait for it to end. But at the same time, this is time where the Exorcism will also be wearing off. In comes No One, forced to pop the BKB. He's zoning OG back deeper into their base, opening up the possibility just to focus down the tier 3 tower. The glyph goes out and No One. Exorcism is going to wear off. This will heal him back up at least, but ultimately this will be the end of this current push. Time for Anna to get that butterfly, I feel.
Saving his buyback though. I think he should
He's got money for the Eagle song.
He's not doing enough damage now. I think he needs more items.
Maybe he's considering something else. There we go. He's bought the quarterstaff.
I think he's just going to go butterfly, right?
He bought the quarterstaff. He just needs to...
He already bought the talisman.
Yeah, he's 600-700 short of having buyback and the butterfly, but there we go. He's sending the courier off. He's going back. He's going bottom just to farm a little bit more.
10 seconds TP cooldown.
Oh.
Okay.
Lose a tier 3 tower, not the end of the world for them. It's Pugna on high ground defense duty. VP mostly waiting for the Exorcism. 15 more seconds. Here comes Morphling. Butterfly in hand. No buyback. We'll have to get a kill or two in order to get that. No One pushed onto the high ground. Will take the Aegis more or less for free. Question is, what can OG do as he respawns? They silence him up. He has got a BKB if he needs it.
I pass him the cheese.
Okay, no one's got the cheese for this next upcoming fight. S4 goes in with the BKB, has a primal split in 2 seconds. Will need to use it. No one's going to BKB and ulti. OG once again pushed back into their own base. The primal split comes out. They want to bring down that Death Prophet. Can they get him before the cheese? He uses himself up. He'll have a cheese when he lands, and he does get it off. OG not having the damage initially to actually take this fight, and they don't get a Winter's Curse off. Instantly, double buybacks coming out from the boys on the dire side. You want to dream green. This is the time to really dig deep for OG, as they do get a kill on the Ogre and force VP back, but more buybacks, more economic damage being dealt as VP. They don't win the game outright there, but they get one step closer. Now we are at a point where Ogre, the 5 position, is more farmed than 4 OG heroes would do.
It's okay, Morphin can carry the game.
You say that. I don't. I personally. You seem to have a lot of faith in this OG side. As time goes on, you know, it just seems like the situation gets worse and worse because.
Yeah, of course it's gonna be really bad now.
I mean, Death Prophet well and truly is 6 slotted. Same for the Ursa. The item advancements are not gonna really get much scarier, but.
Okay, I'll admit it. Morphin can't do it alone already at this point.
Yeah.
Because the DP and the Ursa are really, really tanky now.
It's so hard for Fly to get good ultis off is what we're seeing.
Butterfly hard. He needs like a stun from Earth Spirit and the Panda stun to follow up to kill one target.
Otherwise, the 4 staffs, the glimmers just
yeah, there's too many of the kiting items now.
Dealing with him very well.
And he doesn't have an E-blade to like immediately burst someone from full to nothing.
Yep. Well, we'll see where Anna can get to. He's picked up some boots of travel now. Again, not having the buyback though. Needs to be careful about how he plays this one out. Chantress having a fun duel with the Moji side. Does need to play carefully without the buyback. Can sell his treads, it looks like, to get that. And they're going to actually smoke up on the OG team.
He's not selling his treads. He has no buyback.
Oh.
600 gold shot.
Yeah. Definitely a moment. Like you say, if he has to buy back, it's maybe just GG anyways, because then you're fighting with a Morph who doesn't have buybacks. You need to be winning these fights outright. Feels like OG for the first time, the ones making the moves. We'll see if it can pay off or not. They see VP now. Can they break the gap here? Smoked up S4. Maybe not the best initiator. Does have a primal split, gets stunned. Can they bring him down time? Has a BKB though, also gets cold embrace. Should be fine here to get off the ultimate. Morphling waves in, focuses onto the Ursa first. Can they actually bring down Ramses? It looks like the damage is not going to be there with the Glimmer Cape. Anna's just getting kited around, can't actually do damage, is too reliant on some of those disables. Fly going to go down to the south as well. Again, unable to get off a Winter's Curse. In goes Anna, trying to get the kill on Ramses. The Butterfly almost saving his life, not quite. Ramses has a buyback if he wants to use it. The next target seems to be the Sand King. Silence up. He is going to get taken down. This Morphling is slowly doing some hefty amount of damage. Another stun coming out from Jerax. No one's ultimate does end, but it looks like Anna, running out of steam, needs to find a way out of this one. Has got the boots of travel. Going to get rooted in place. A waveform available in a couple of seconds. Gets silenced. There's the Manta Style wave TP on out. Is there a stun? No mana for the Ogre. Not the fight OG were hoping for.
2 kills for 3. I guess not the
buyback on Sand King, but it's like not the worst, but also they needed more, it felt like maybe. A fight that neither team really wins.
Maybe Wyvern were able to like put out some extra. Like Morphling was dishing out a lot. Like if someone else had the chance to cast an extra spell, something extra, you know, one more spell, and someone would have, they would have gotten another kill. But it's pretty hard for like Fly because he has no, like, look at his items, he has nothing at all.
Nothing to help him out. No Blink, 4-staff, Glimmer Cape. This again, just the deficit is just insane at this point. It was up to like 35,000 at one point, back down to a bit.
But still, like, you look at the net worth, right? How can the fights be still close?
And that one, OG definitely, for the first time in a while, did get the jump. I mean, the previous fights weren't necessarily that close. It was very buyback-driven that OG were able to hold their high ground. And see a recap there of just what went down with Anna able to finally show the strength of this Morphling. 6 slotted at this point, has got the Moonshot as well.
Is there any items that would change the pace of, like, change the face of the game right now? But everyone else is just too poor. They can't buy
I mean,
anything.
who on the no one on this dire
The
side is
axe,
getting an item.
Oh, Spirit Axe. I guess that's probably the biggest item.
Oh,
they
he's
can
actually got close to it. Almost has the farm for it.
get. Yeah,
Doesn't get the pull though anymore. Needs that. He gets that from his level 25
yeah,
talent.
but still the save on the Morphling could mean the world for them.
And even just a blink stone with a kick initiate on the enemy and kick them into your base.
Yeah, ideally you kill the Death Prophet first
Yep.
when she comes up.
And that could also be how you set up Winter Wyvern to get a good ultimate off. You initiate in as Earth Spirit and you set up your Wyvern for a
Oh, Anna.
good ulti. OG, do they want to fight outside? It seems for now they are considering it. Pugna force back up, and it's just going to go top. He wants to apply some theoretical split push threat. And he's got an MKB to do. I was just thinking, the evasion with Ramses having a butterfly, the Solar Crest on the Radiant side, this evasion is starting to become problematic. An MKB for the upcoming fight is going to be useful, but at the same time he needs to get there.
The diffuser.
May just, yeah, I'm
Sell
not sure. Or you
diffuser
just like slot out your Manta like after you use it, but I don't know.
You want buyback though if he wants it for the next fight.
May even not have his boots of travel.
Oh yeah.
He's got the waveform range. That's a possibility.
Possible. Yeah, possible. But then he would have no buyback.
Yep. So Aegis and Cheese now. Again, VP, complete Roche control throughout this game. Get another Aegis Cheese. This one goes to the Ursa.
The Ursa is like not doing as much already in the fights. He gets quite like it's quite easy to kite him. They just need to make sure that I think in the fight if they can get the DP and just burst him from full to nothing, then the fights will be really good for OG. MKB I think. MKB will allow them to do it. Once he has the MKB on Morphling, they stun him, they just wave in and just drop everything on the DP.
Money for it, but like you say, may not want to buy it with the importance of the late game buybacks, but we'll see where decision-making process lies.
Jirax has enough for the X. No.
Okay, again, see how important they rate those buybacks. He is going in.
Oh.
No one is going to get initiated on. Immediately uses himself. Ramses jumps the backline, really wants to get this Pugna, but the kiting is there. He gets cycloned up. This Ursa cannot do a whole lot right now, but similarly, Morphling not getting all the damage out. Ramses is going to be the one they go, and he's got an Aegis though, so even though he's been kited around focus, VP can now come in, Exorcism in 5. OG, will they look to fight this one? No, the call is to back off, retreat. Cut your losses. S4 will not get the blink off as Primal Split ends and he goes down without buyback.
No
but
buyback.
Lane's still pretty pushed out. The mid lane, perhaps the concern. And Exorcism is up. So maybe
what can they do now? They need to try to shove the lanes out.
no one. TP's top Morphling is actually a little bit afraid of him, but it is just a solo Death Prophet.
They
smoked. They
don't have time to shove the lanes now.
Oh, they've caught the Pugna. I think VP realized that they could maybe find some picks in the enemy base, but they don't quite latch onto it. Instead, yep, they found the Earth Spirit of Jerax now. Winter's Curse comes out trying to save Jerax's life. He's going to roll himself on out of there. Back into the shrine. S4 does actually get his buyback back. Just needed a little bit longer to actually get to that point, and he just barely had the gold for it. Somehow.
One-man army, Parker.
Yeah, I mean, every single time VP push, it's like OG lose 2 or 3 heroes. Those 2 or 3 heroes have to buy back. The Brew, the Wyvern, the Earth Spirit, the item progression has just halted. Pugna is just dirt poor. Earth Spirit's the second most. Earth Spirit's actually the one who's somehow, I don't know how, is getting the most farm on
90 gold talent, bro.
That's the money maker in a game like this. You wish you had a GP. Wyvern wishes she was level 20 right now. 120 GPM there.
Yeah, that's awesome for a game like this.
But not getting to that level 20 stage. Anna can actually buy his MKB now and still have buyback.
Yeah, he should. I think he should.
No other items to really consider. I mean, there's a level 2
Hey, wait,
bots.
the Ursa, didn't the Ursa have... Oh, he sold his butterfly? I thought that he had butterfly.
He did. He sold it and got an MKB. Now you don't need the MKB.
There's no evasion items anymore, right?
Just the Solar Crest. It may actually not be the item you need to buy.
What Solar Crest?
On Ogre.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying like the...
Morphling buys a BKB. There we go. He had this queued up earlier. Must have spotted that Ursa sold the butterfly. I think Ramses realized the way to win this game is going to be killing Morphling. So butterfly as a survivability item, doesn't help. You want the aggressive items. Enchantress, is that the stealing enchant infects ancients, level 25 talents coming into play. Jarek's not even buying his Ags, recognizing how important this buyback can be. And we've seen basically OG is still in this game because of buybacks. They've used over 10 buybacks this game.
How is this ancient thing gonna affect the game? What's the best creep that he can
The
get?
Granite Golem, I imagine? Yeah, he's got the Granite Golem now.
Oh, that gives everyone a bunch.
A lot of health. Plus 15? Oh, can go to the top lane, they really want this. Yeah, 15% bonus.
Oh, the Death Prophet is gonna get what, extra 400-500 health?
We'll find out soon enough, Jarek's.
He tried to kick him in.
Spells, yep. Trying to come in from behind. He's got 2 Ancients to back him up here. Morphling in the front lines, doing some good damage. Goes for the BKB. Ana not really finding the best target to go on here, and they're going to lose the Earth Spirit. Buyback comes immediately as he tries to chase after Ramses. Ramses does get back to the low ground and keeps himself alive. The Rack's still alive for the time being, but Glyph has been forced out. With Exorcism wearing off soon, this could be a fight that's going to swing back OG's way. Epicenter, Burrow Strike, Pasha goes in, doing some good damage here. Wants Ana getting very, very low. Does have the buyback. May, if he goes down, have to use it here. Doesn't want to. No Shot trying to life clear himself back up, but the damage coming out from the Enchantress from the low ground. He's missing though. No Tail's still alive just for a little bit longer. He's got buyback now. Ana still alive through it all. Took out the Death Prophet, and somehow OG are holding it. Did cost them, once again, multiple buybacks, but this time they're getting a few more kills. Sand King looking to get away. The Magnetize is going to wear off with no more stones left to play around with.
Defense number 30.
This is like the X-Hero Siege custom game in Warcraft 3 Dota, where it's just like, you know, the minions, they keep coming down. It's never ending. It just gets harder and harder, but you get slightly stronger and stronger each time, and somehow OG are still alive, have still kept themselves in this game. And they're doing so without, like, it's so hard. Like, again, Wyvern, we don't see the Winter's Curse come out, but that's because VP are recognizing how big of a threat the spell is. They're focusing down Fly there, making it impossible for him to get spells like it off. Who's going to be the ones with buybacks now? That is 2 buybacks used, both Pugna
Morphing. What else can Morphing buy? I mean,
Rapier. It really is just Rapier, right? He buys a bottle. That's what he can buy.
Oh yeah, getting a bottle at this stage is quite legit. You get a good rune.
Get a DD rune for a fight. And Morphling is very stat heavy, so all of that agi means like a double damage rune gives you plus 300 damage. And he's just, there we go. The Blueberry rune spawns. That's a free Rapier for the upcoming fight. If there is a fight. I mean, again, if you see this, if you're VP, you're like, okay, let's chill a bit, you know.
You know
let's
what?
Fight into the Rapier.
Maybe they should try to distract the enemy, and then he goes bottom to red. I don't know.
He buys a gem for the team. He's buying the support items right now. Has got a Demon Edge in his backpack, Winter.
It's for the
Rapier, right? No, come on, let's lose it talk. Did you buy any Monkey King bar? What butterfly?
Some.
He had it on the curry. Well, he's got it there if he needs it. An 8-slotted Morphling with buyback and Moonshard. Unfortunately for him, he has like no teammates to like pull Moonshards to. Like
Panda. For hit.
It's like a bit dubious.
If the Panda is rich, it's actually quite okay. If the Panda has item.
It is. The ogre is richer than the panda. But again, you talk about how these supports don't actually go that.
You know why ogre's gold talent?
Yeah, this is a game where you wish you have gold talents. Ogres are going to hit level 25. Like we're going to see some crazy.
What's the 25?
40 bloodlust attacks. It's got to be that, right?
But that's not really that useful.
Ursa, it's like okay. And that goes in the mid lane. S4 backing him up. Ana gets silenced. Needs a way out of this one. Does BKB immediately. He's saying the morph stats. He's got the DD room, but he's got to find someone to hit. He finds on the high ground the Enchantress. The decrep is kind of working against him for now. Ana can't actually use this DD rune to great effect immediately. He's now getting healed up. Pasha going for an epicenter. He doesn't actually get the blink off after it. Now he does. Burrow Strike. Catches the backline. Finds Fly on the Winter Wyvern. There's a Fire Blast to follow it up as well. Wyvern getting zoned back. Can't find that Winter's Curse just yet, as the kiting from both teams is so formidable that neither team has actually lost anyone. S4 needs a blink out. He doesn't have a BKB or a blink. His buyback's still on cooldown for a minute and a half. He is dead out of this game for over 100 seconds. Solo Solo walks to the high ground, pops the cheese. He's baiting spells. He's not afraid right now. Maybe he should be. As Ramsey's engaging, Anna going to wait for him his way on through. Finds another target, finds the Sanking, immediate buyback, but it's the Pugner who's dead without buyback as well. OG maybe being punished now for not having these buybacks. They do get the kill on the Ogre. Anna getting very low waveform back to the high ground here. He's in some trouble. Cold Embrace will help heal him back up. May be forced to buy back. Kicked in as Anna goes down once. Will buy back immediately. No glyph available. I think VP realized a buyback on Morphling right now.
That's the first time he bought back in the game, right?
Yes.
But DP is gonna have her next ultimate up in 10 seconds.
And now they know. One kill on Morphling and game is won. There is no other hero who threatens you. The Brewmaster will have a buyback for the upcoming fight. His buyback is just about 30 seconds away. But here we go. Those two heroes still dead. They don't have buyback yet. Lil needs to be careful. Anna is there.
Oh, he actually kicked him.
He's got a replicate in the fountain as well to help him out if needed. They're going to give up the rain track. Fortification back up for OG. At this point, it doesn't even really feel like Mega Creeps is going to secure the game. No one trying to just focus down the racks.
Oh, look at the damage.
The damage from Anna. He is destroying no one, only now with the BKB. Ramsey just jumps the backline, takes out Fly, who immediately buys back. Anna really wants his Death Prophet, needs to get him, does get him before the heal comes in. Anna, he replicates out at the last second. He's still alive. That was so close to a kill.
They defended again. Game is still alive.
Somehow, OG have not capitulated just yet.
But they don't have any more buyback on the Morph.
Yeah, there's going to be an Aegis and cheese for VP. This is going to be what? Roshan number
But the
6.
cores, I don't think the cores have slots to take.
We saw what the Ogre could do with cheese there, you know. He baited some spells.
Yeah, sure, bro.
Doubting? He's got that plus 40 Bloodlust attack speed now, 100 bonus attack speed. Dude, Bloodlust on Enchantress!
Oh, Jirax! Okay, they're going in.
They're looking to fight. They really want to take this to VP. Lil's in trouble, actually. He's not got cheese or Aegis. We'll have buyback available. Death Prophet's still dead as well. I think OG realized VP are actually quite weak right now. Solo trying to run away. He gets slowed up by S4's clap. He will appear in just a second. Xana will waveform on forward and look to finish off this kill. Not sure he wants to necessarily dive onto the high ground for this one. Does actually hit him with the stun. 5v3 for now. But buybacks are there and available, and OG don't even have their entire team pushing forward.
How many buybacks are back for OG? Let's see.
They've got Brew, I believe.
Only one. Brewmaster.
Yeah, Morphling is on.
has 3 buybacks.
It's a Rapier type. That's what I want to know.
But every item, I guess you...
They're pushing forward. They say I'm Morphling to have buyback, but let's go for this. Even just an Enchantress dead, they feel is enough to take a fight. A lot of damage coming out from that Bloodlust Enchantress in the backline, but Anna needs to be careful. BKB, he gets helped out by the Activate Remnant, but that was while he was BKBing. Perhaps not the ideal way for them to play out.
He's going for the Rex.
Yeah, he's going to have to Remnant himself out of there. Or I say Remnant, replicate himself out of there. This ain't an Ember Spirit, and he will leave Earth Spirit to die.
Does this guy have buyback?
He does not.
Oh, no.
No, he does in 20 seconds. It's going to be okay. Needed. 20 seconds away. He BKB'd as the Earth Spirit. Use the stone, the activate, whatever it's called, the enchant remnant.
Enchant remnant, Parker.
No, it's a spell you don't see many games.
Fine.
What is the call for VP off of that? They did not have to buy back the Ench. At this point, Ench is actually one of their main damage dealers in these fights.
Yeah, he was actually doing a lot to the Morphling in the previous fights. Him and the DP LV. Those are the 2 things killing the Morph. And of course the Ursa. If he gets to hit the Morph. In the fights he usually gets kited.
You're going to initiate on in. They want to go on Ramsey's first. He has got the Aegis though. Can they find this curse? They still have not had a Winter's Curse, it feels like, in a good 30 minutes here. It's just so hard for Fly. They will break the Aegis to start things off. Ramsey's Ursa has just been getting kited all day long this game. And they're going to waveform through, goes in on Ramsey's, really wants this kill, needs to be careful, he's getting stunned up, he cannot afford to die. Where is the curse? Fly is silenced up, he's got the curse now, but he's being Yules, he can't find the curse. He's silenced again.
Oh.
And with Earth Spirit dead, without buyback, this could be it. It feels like OG have finally been bested. It took 67 minutes, but this will definitely be mega creeps. The question is, what can Morphling do? Has not got buyback, and I think without spells like the Boulder Smash, the stun, the Winter Wyvern Cold Embrace, this game is very difficult for him. Morphling gonna wave on forward. He really wants to go in. S4's in trouble. He's BKB'd up, but he's just got no ultimate to play around with, and now it well and truly is Ana versus the world. The buyback from Brewmaster will buy him some time, but he is well and truly alone. It has been the story of this game. Ana alone trying to carry it for some time, and it took 60 some odd minutes, close to the 68-minute mark for VP to secure the win, and a 46,000 gold lead at the end. But VP have done it.
Well, it was still a very, very difficult game considering the kill score. You expect the game to be more like lopsided, but you know, overall lineup, team composition, like OG's lineup uses their net worth much better than how VP's lineup use their net worth. So, in the end of the day, OG still played really well in terms of how they held their base and kept their buybacks. They did a lot of really good moves. They understood what they needed to do to hold the game and draw out the game and give themselves at least a chance of coming back into the game.
Definitely, I mean, it's one of those things where there's a lot maybe to compliment